Wa 48 hours nongonoko lomtisela ka ta mintiro kusuhi na n'wina kona kwala ka SABC2 la mxowetaka i Tintswalo wa ka Mushwana na ntshembo leswaku kumbe na vhiki lerinene naswona mi langutele ku dyondza swin'wana leswintshwa eka nongonoko wa siku ra namuntlha riendzo ra siku ri kombe Horizon View Westridge High School hi lo ta hlangana vadyondzi vambirhi lava nge vona va la ku ta tirha ntirho lowu nga na nkoka swinene kambe nkoka wa kona hi wu lemuka loko swilo se swi nga fambi kahle i ntirho wihi lowu ni vulavulaka hi wona languta leswi.
Locksmiths are best known for their skills in emergencies when customers are locked out of their cars, homes or offices. In such cases, locksmiths are required to pick the locks. They may also be required to duplicate keys by means of the impression or key code.
Xana a wu swi tiva ku ti locksmith a ti tirhi ntsena hi makhiya ya tiyindlo va tirha na hi makhiya loyo hambanahambana na lama tirhisaka ti-codes a hi tweneni ku vadyondzi van'wanyana va tiva fika kwini ntirho wa siku.
Hi ku tiva ka wena ntirho wa ti-locksmith i yini?
According to I think it's a company that produces locks.
It has to do with locks. I think maybe something there along those lines, but it has to do with locks.
Ntirho lowu wu fanele munhu un'wana na un'wana.
I think you need to have good communication skills, and then you'd be able to work with your people that you work with and be able to communicate with customers and all that.
Any personality. They don't need somebody who's confident or somebody with a high self-esteem. They just need somebody who's honest and dedicated to his job.
Mbuyelo wa kona wu nga va wu famba kwihi?
I'd be honest, but I think ba gola ganyane.
5,000.
Approximately 15,000 and above.
Tidyondzo ta le xikolweni munhu a nga teka tihi ku va a kota ku nghena eka ntirho lowu?
To be a security, I don't think you really need a certain stream or something like that. Yeah.
I'm thinking you should do maybe maths and science, because I think there's a bit of science there.
Munhu a nga dyondza ku ya mahlweni kwihi?
TUT. Yeah.
I don't think it's a hard career, so basically you can just go maybe grade 10 and you go for college, then you're fine.
Munhu a nga thoriwa kwihi?
Maybe you go broadcasting, but then go and go the aeroplanes airport, you can find them there.
Obviously, like they have like the office zabona, but then they deal with they have their own clientele. Maybe they go to clients specifically to fix their doors, fix their locks, that type of setup.
Xana wena u nga swi tsakela siku rin'wana ku va locksmith?
Absolutely no. I would love to be a musician.
Yeah, I've got my eyes set on other careers, not being a locksmith.
It's the first time I'm hearing of a locksmith today due to you guys 48 hours, so I don't know. It's something that I have to go and think about and do a little bit of research on because I don't know a lot about this career.
N'wina mi nga se twisaka hi ntirho wa siku a hi languteni ku career board yi hi dyondzisa yini.
Locksmithing is the art of opening and closing locks without the use of the original key. A locksmith installs, repairs, changes and opens locks and combination locking mechanisms. They may also make and duplicate keys. For admission to study at a higher institution, a national senior certificate with engineering, graphic design and mechanical technology is required. To be a locksmith, you should be honest and dependable, have good eye-hand coordination, have excellent eyesight, your work must be meticulous and accurate. Last but not least, you should have good concentration. Employers in this field are locksmith shops, hardware and departmental stores, large industrial plants, safe and lock manufacturers, and burglar and fire alarm companies. A skilled and entrepreneurial locksmith can start up a business.
Nkarhi wo hlangana na ti-locksmith ta hina ta mundzuku wu fikile a hi tivaneni na vona.
I go to Westridge High School and I'm 16 years old. Nna ke motho o sweet, kind, ke dula ke thabile. outgoing. I just love people. And I love the media. My strong points socially, I can talk to everybody. And then my weak points are that I'm short-tempered. My dream career, a locksmith.
Igama lami nguSifiso Nkosi, ngihlala eDobsonville Hostela. I'm a student at Westridge High School, ngenza grade 10, ngina 16 years old. Ngumuntu nje oshayi isikhathini esiningi. Ama strong points wami esikela ya accounting, ya ne-economics. But hey, maths ayish into engathi yangibhayiza isikhathini esiningi. Into engayenza improve ku-maths ukufocus, ngipractice kaningi, but hey, ngiyadistracteke kasi. I-dream career yami ukuthi ngibe yi-locksmith ngoba bengithanda ukusebenza ngikhiya from ngimncane.
Police Sifiso, welcome to 48 hours.
Thank you.
Lika itleng.
Okay.
Lena kipeng. Go tsamaya jang mo sekolong?
Good.
Yeah. Tell me, you guys want to be the locksmith again? Okay, go baneng e play re qale ka wena. Ngwanyana o batlang ba locksmith.
I thought so many problems, but then only problem but I'd love to learn how to do everything.
Okay.
Like the way they unlock the setting out that without a key, it's a very it's a surprise. Like how did you do that?
Aruto wena abuthi.
Mina bengithanda ukuba locksmith from ngimncane baze bagcekeza nakithi, so like bengifuna ukufunda ukuthi isebenza kanjani ngikhi.
Is it? All right, asikhulume nge-future ke. Do you think you got a future ngalo msebenzi or is just the start DJ now?
Yeah, for now it's just a start. But then in future I do see myself having my own business. Yeah, at Locksmith.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Luena Sifiso, same thing?
Yeah, it's a start now.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna waste time, guys. I can love on or Okay, guys, can I list a prize for Luna? You're spending 48 hours with the locksmith. Yes, ke chance Luna or loot or msebetsi ona. You know we involve in you mentioned or kita ba khobula menyako fela. It's not. There's more to it. Yes. Okay, ke tlo le fa di t-shirts again. Kopa le ditsenye, le ya para again.
Nkarhi wu fikile wa ku vadyondzi va hina va hlangana na mento ya siku, kambe hinkwaswo leswi endzhaku ka mavhengele u nga suki kwalano.
My name is Johan de Preer. I'm the owner of Master Key Locksmiths in Benoni. Today I'll be shadowed by two learners from Westridge High, Sifiso and Mpho.
So, Johan, why did you decide to become a locksmith?
I didn't want it to be office bound. Couldn't see myself sitting behind a desk. I also wanted something that can give me a reward once I've completed, my task. And I also wanted challenges in my life. And when I got into the locksmithing career, it fulfilled all the things that I was looking for at the time.
So what subjects do you need to be in the industry?
There's no specific subjects that you need, but if you are maths literate, that normally helps. If there are other subjects like business economics, eventually will help you in the industry. And I think it's just important to have a grade 12 certificate, because that would have given you the opportunity to prepare you for the challenges that you will get into the industry.
Where can I study if I want to become a locksmith?
We have a SABC qualification registered for locksmiths currently. We have training centres throughout South Africa. And what we do is we put you onto a mentorship through the training centre, and that training centre will then monitor your progress throughout your training.
So do you have women in this industry?
Yes, we have many women in the industry. Although it's a very hands-on industry, and we work with our hands, it's not a very physical industry. There's no reason for women not to get involved in the industry. And we have business owners that are ladies.
So what do I need to focus on to become a successful locksmith?
The locksmith industry is an ever-changing industry. And as technology moves, we move with it. For instance, now the motor vehicles all comes out with transponder keys. It was something that was in the last couple of years unheard of, but most of the locksmiths now are able to code and transponder keys and make keys for those vehicles. And I think that's something that will make you stand out.
So do we have laws that protect you as the locksmith?
Most definitely we have. All the reputable locksmiths belong to the Locksmiths Association of South Africa, and we have stringent selection criteria. But we also have to, by law, belong to SIRA, which is a legislative body that regulates the locksmith industry. So everybody is regulated under the SIRA Act for protection as well.
So what are the job opportunities for like the youth who are interested in being like a locksmith?
Most definitely fantastic. The companies are always looking for good, qualified locksmiths to employ. So there's a fantastic opportunity for anybody that enters into the industry.
So Johan, what is an earning potential of a locksmith?
So firstly, when you get into the market as a trainee, you're going to start off doing the basics of a key cutter. When you are employed and while you're training, you will still earn a salary. And once you have completed your qualification, the sky is the limit.
I think we've got enough information about this career, so can we please go get our hands dirty?
So Fisher, I was scared that you were never going to ask. This is what I like. I mean, that's we're sitting in the office here, and that's what I said to you earlier. I don't like. So I'm very keen to get my hands dirty and get ourselves in the workshop and get the feel of it. So most definitely, but I think we've had enough for today, and I'll definitely see both of you back tomorrow, and hopefully we can get stuck into the nice stuff and the important stuff.
Siku ra vumbirhi vadyondzi va hina va tikomba va nyanyukile swinene. A hi voneni ku siku ra vona ra vumbirhi ri famba njhani.
Hello, Sifiso. All right, so hello. Welcome back to your second day at Master Key Locksmiths.
Thank you.
Today we're going to get our hands a bit dirty. I'm going to show you around at the workshop. We're going to cut some keys and show you really what the locksmithing is all about. I think let's go through and I'll show you at the boards where we start.
Okay, thank you.
Well guys, this is the foundation of our industry. This is where everything starts. So when a customer brings in a key, we have to match it up so that we use the correct blank to be able to duplicate that key.
Is it easy to identify the keys?
It's easily identified if you use the right methods. A lot of people will take a key like this and they will look at the head itself. The head doesn't tell you anything because the head normally goes into your hand. So the easiest way to identify the key is by looking at the blade and the profile. Okay? And when you look at this profile, it's easiest to look at the front, and that will then give you the profile of the key. The blade will tell you what thickness it is and what is the length of the blade. And then you get a single-sided key and a double-sided key. But on your latch blanks, normally it will be a single-sided key. So if you use that method, it is normally quite easy. And then after a while, you will pick up what keys are used for padlocks and which are used for knob locks and for what application that would be. Now we've been given a key by a customer and the request is to duplicate it. So what we will do is we will identify what key blank we're going to use, and we're not going to look at the head, we're going to look at the profile. So if you look at the blade, you can see it's exactly the same, and if you look at the profile from the front, we can see it's exactly the same. I'll show you now how to make a duplicate of this key.
Okay.
Now, so for Mpho, up to now, we haven't had our hands dirty and working yet, but we're going to do it now. We've identified the keys, we've identified the key blank that we're going to use to be able to duplicate this. So from here, what we need to do is we also need to identify the key cutting machine that's going to be used every key cutting machine is specifically designed for latch keys. On this one we will cut the latch keys and most of your car keys, but the mortise keys and that we will then cut on another key. So here we need to ensure that we insert our sample key correctly into the jaw of the key cutting machine. Once we've identified it, we will then line up the key and make sure that it's inserted in a proper position into the jaw, and we double check it. Then once we start, we will then make sure that we put on our protective gear, and we can then duplicate this key with a key cutting machine. Okay, and there we have it. There we have our duplicate key. Okay. So, play with you if you want to try. So, okay, just put it into the machine like that. You can tighten it, just tighten it nicely. Okay, this one here goes into the other side there. Okay, and just tighten it slightly, and now we're going to line it up. Just make sure that we line it up properly. And just need to put your protective glasses. And then if you can undo it, you can go a bit forward, get yourself comfortable behind the machine. I'm just going to do it like that so that the jaw doesn't hit forward. So you can clip it at the bottom, you can hook it, clip it, and use your other hand on this one here, and move it now. If it's not cut too properly, we can actually just cover it again. Pull it back. And there's your key. But you can keep us a memento, first key that you've got. Alright, this is the groundwork and the basic of the locksmithing. If you don't understand key identification and key duplication, you will never be able to go further. From here, we then move into the workshop where you'll work onto motor vehicle locks, house locks, padlocks, etc. Let's go through to the workshop and I'll show you the rest of it. This is a typical pick set that a person will be able to use to open the locks. So the basic starting of the repair would be to open a lock. Picking comes with experience. It's something that you have to try all the time, and there's different techniques that you use, and you only master that by experience. So what I'll do is I'll insert tension bar into the lock, okay, and I will then put a little bit of pressure on the tension bar. I insert my pick into the lock, okay, and with this one I'm gonna rake it, and it's open. Okay, there we go. So it's not always as easy as what it is with this one here, but that's the basic principles of the locks. This is a lever lock. It's what we said, the cupboard lock. And maybe if I give you some assistance, we can open this. So all you need is to insert it into insert it underneath the lever. Let me just try and help you there a bit. Put it in there again, and okay, alright, you put a bit of pressure onto it, put a bit of pressure onto it, put a bit of pressure onto it, and what has happened? Turn it, what has happened?
It opened.
You picked your first lock. There we go, okay, there we go. Quite easy, huh?
Yes.
Okay, this is a very old car lock. You can see, this is very old with an older key. Nowadays on very sophisticated locking systems, and this is a very sophisticated motor vehicle key, okay, that we would need to make a key for the vehicle. So once we've cut the key from the lock and make a key for the vehicle, this vehicle will not start, because most of the new cars have transponder keys in the ignition systems that needs to correspond with the engine management units in the vehicles itself. Okay, and this is the little chip that holds all the information of that vehicle onto this. So what we would need to do is we use specialized machines that we will get the information from the vehicle. We will then clone it onto a motor vehicle chip, and this chip will then be inserted into the key, and this remote will also be set to the vehicle. So you would be able to open it with a remote, and then the car will also be able to start.
Sifiso, Mpho, it was very nice having you here today. I hope you've learned something with us. As I say, hopefully there's something out of it. Thank you.
Sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Na sambe kahle sifunde ngekhiya different ukuthi ama sizes wakhona afani namanamba wakhona hlukile.
Is that all you learned?
Like uthole ne chance ukuthi uzenzele nesikhiya sakho sile.
Wena Sisi?
Mina, I learned that technology is not the answer to all your questions, and like manual things you can do by yourselves. So I opened the lock without a key, and it was just so cool. It was cool.
All right, all the best, eh?
Thank you.
Good luck, eh? Kataleri, mastoki ngefambi ngasemfisela tamabinzu lamtandis.
Igama lami nguLauren Benganga, i-owner ye-Multisurf eseThembisa. Lana we doing a lot of things, senza into eyiningi like isikhiya, dry cleaning, silungisa icathulo. Decide ukuthi uzoba ne-business. That was my dream, dala nje, but ukuvula ishop yavula ngo-2008. Ne? The reason ukuthi bengifuna ukuchange from la bengisebenza khona to be owner. Ngibe employer instead of an employee. Actually bengaze nje ngasebenza kwi-business. Into enze ukuthi ngathenga i-franchise ngoba ngiyazi i-franchise is easier uma ngina experience kwi-business. So kwaba easier, that's why ngavele ngacabanga i-locksmith ngoba ngabona ngathi kune need. Ngenza i-research before ngabona ngathi kune need yesikhiya in a small. Ngacabanga ukuthi ngcono ngiyofuna i-franchise yesikhiya. And then waba easier for me ukuthi ngithole i-multisurf ngoba yayine-locksmith prep. Ama-challenges enganginawo uma ngisaqala i-business, okokuqala kwakuyi-funding. And then I overcome ngoba ukuthi waba ne-company eyangilona. And then AS2 ukuthola ama-customers. Mara ngoba kuyi-franchise, i-franchisor yanginceda sayimakhetha ibhizinisi, ukukhipha ama-pamphlets, noku-advertise la kwakugcwele abantu ngakhona le. And then eventually yasiyaziwa ibhizinisi and then abantu benza. Into engithandayo about being my own boss ukuthi ngithatha isikhathi engisithandayo, and then everything ngiyenza ngendlela yami than when I was employed. Yabona ama decisions ngiyawathatha mina, kugcina mina, and yonke into ngiyenza ngendlela ifuna mina. My main clients abantu abahlala around la abakhathisa ikhiya. This convenience for bona mabeze emall ukuthi baze nala kimi ngoba right phakathi e-center. I-advice enganikeza omunye umuntu ofuna ukuqala ibhizinisi e-locksmith ukuthi kumele ayithande, enze i-research, asebenze nzima. Akukho easy, and kakhulu nje kumele uyithande this business and uzimisele ukuthi uzoyenza ukuthi ube successful.
Nkarhi wisile ingasefamba ndranza khutaza hinkwenu n'wina mi hi tsalelaka mapapila ku ri mi nga heli mbilu mitirho leyi mi nga yi kombela hi ta mi tisela yona. Hi tsaleleni eka 48 hours at sabc.co.za kumbe mi hi rhumela swivutiso swa n'wina eka Facebook page ya hina. Huma ka mina Tintswalo Mushwana na vatirhikuloni, salani kahle.